Could Ripple's showdown with the SEC be the case that defines the future of cryptocurrency regulation? With the SEC's new January deadline, all eyes are on XRP. Will this be the beginning of a crypto revolution or a regulatory crackdown? Hey there, welcome to Goldrush Crypto Daily Channel. I'm Goldrush, here to bring you the hottest updates, insights, and expert opinions in the crypto world. Today, we're exploring Ripple's high-stakes battle against the SEC. This is the case every crypto enthusiast needs to follow because it could reshape the regulatory landscape for digital assets across the board. Stick around because, in this video, I'll unpack the key updates in Ripple's legal fight, the potential implications for XRP, and what might happen if the court rules in favor of either side. Plus, I'll share my own thoughts on the SEC's recent moves and what they could mean for Ripple and beyond. Let's get started. To set the stage, let's rewind to December 2020, when the SEC filed a lawsuit against Ripple Labs, claiming that Ripple's sale of XRP amounted to an unregistered securities offering. Ripple, of course, disagreed, asserting that XRP is a digital currency, not a security. And this distinction is not just a technicality. It has the potential to set a precedent for how cryptocurrencies are classified and regulated in the US and even globally. Now, you may be wondering, why has this dragged on for so long? It's because the case is complex and reaches far beyond Ripple. If the SEC wins, it could imply that other cryptocurrencies, maybe even some of your favorites, could also be classified as securities. The crypto world is watching closely because the outcome here could lead to tighter restrictions, and that's something we definitely don't want to overlook. Fast forward to today, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit has now set a crucial deadline. The SEC is required to file its final arguments by January 15, 2025. This is significant because once that deadline passes, the court will review motions to either dismiss parts of the case or move it forward. For Ripple, this deadline could be a turning point, one way or another. To add to the intrigue, the SEC recently requested an extension for this filing deadline, which some view as a possible sign of hesitation. It could mean that the SEC is recalibrating its arguments, perhaps in response to Ripple's defense. But there's another possibility here too. The SEC might be taking extra time to make sure it builds the strongest case possible, especially since they know that the entire crypto community is watching this showdown. Now, let's talk about what some experts think about this extension. XRP attorney Bill Morgan suggested that the SEC's extension might reveal a lack of confidence in its case or could be a stalling tactic. On the flip side, Mark Fagel, a former SEC regional director, sees this as a procedural move, saying it's not necessarily a sign of weakness but just part of how cases like this proceed. In my opinion, this extension could mean a bit of both. I think the SEC knows they're up against a tough defense and are being thorough, which, while procedural, could also hint at uncertainties in their case. Ripple's defense has been persistent in challenging the SEC's position, especially around the ambiguity in crypto regulations. So, the SEC might be making sure it leaves no stone unturned before filing that final brief. Ripple's defense has continuously argued that the SEC's stance lacks clarity, particularly on what qualifies as a security in the crypto space. For those of you who follow regulatory news, this won't come as a surprise. The lack of clear guidelines is something that the entire industry has been struggling with. One of Ripple's main contentions is that XRP doesn't meet the traditional definition of a security. They're pushing back against the idea that every crypto asset fits neatly under securities law. And if they succeed, this case could set a powerful precedent for how regulators approach other cryptocurrencies. If you're finding this analysis insightful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Goldrush Crypto Daily Channel. Your support helps us bring you the latest updates and expert takes on critical cases like this one. Meanwhile, in California, Ripple is also facing a separate lawsuit from private plaintiffs who are accusing Ripple of securities law violations. Unlike the federal case, this one is based on state law and has its own timeline and proceedings. However, it's still worth noting because it could influence the public perception of Ripple and XRP. In recent rulings, the judge sided with the plaintiffs on some motions, allowing expert testimony from their witnesses. The California case is ramping up with a pretrial conference set for December 19 and jury selection scheduled for January 21, 2025. The outcome here, while technically separate, could impact Ripple's public and legal stance as it battles the SEC. I believe Ripple's long-term strategy here is to showcase that XRP is a digital currency, not a security, by building a strong case not only in the federal courtroom but also by tackling the state-level accusations head-on. Ripple's willingness to defend XRP on both fronts highlights their confidence in their stance, and it's something that we should take note of, especially as XRP holders and crypto enthusiasts. So, what could happen after the SEC files in January? The SEC's filing will be critical because it's their chance to lay out all of their arguments with detailed legal citations. It's likely to be the foundation of the appeal, setting the stage for how the case will progress from here. If the court finds the SEC's arguments strong enough, they could choose to proceed with portions of the case or, in a best-case scenario for Ripple, they might dismiss parts of it altogether. And that could be game-changing. It would not only impact XRP's future but also potentially pave the way for other cryptocurrencies to avoid being classified as securities. Honestly, I think a favorable ruling for Ripple could trigger a bullish wave across the crypto market. Investors are itching for regulatory clarity, and a win for Ripple could signify a less restrictive future for crypto assets. However, a loss might mean the opposite: stricter rules and potential consequences for other projects that don't meet stringent requirements. Thanks for watching this deep dive into Ripple's fight with the SEC. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with others who need to stay updated on this case. Your support means everything to us and allows us to bring you top-notch crypto content here on Goldrush Crypto Daily channel. Remember, this video is for informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research and consult with a financial advisor before making any investment decisions.